Let's shift to a very important topic: what to do if you believe you're being sexually harassed at work. This can be a stressful and confusing experience, and many people aren't sure how to respond, who to talk to, or what rights they have. So in this module, we'll walk step by step through exactly what actions you can take and what your practice is required to do. Let's start with your first step. Speak up early if you can. If you feel safe and comfortable doing so, the first step is to tell the person directly that the behavior is unwelcome. You don't need a long explanation. You don't need to justify your feelings. A simple statement like, "Please don't make those comments about me. That made me uncomfortable, and I'd like it to stop. Let's keep things professional." This alone stops many situations before they escalate. But remember, speaking up directly is optional. You are not required to confront the person if you don't feel safe or supported doing so. Now let's talk about your next option: reporting the behavior. Every dental practice should have a sexual harassment reporting procedure. This is usually outlined in your employee handbook or onboarding materials. If you're unsure where to find it, ask your office manager or supervisor. You can report concerns to your manager or supervisor, the dentist or practice owner, human resources if your practice or DSO has HR, another designated person listed in your policy. And here's something important. If the person harassing you is your supervisor, you can go above them to the next person in the chain of command. Reporting harassment isn't about getting someone in trouble. It's about protecting yourself, your coworkers, and your workplace. Harassment tends to escalate when it's ignored. Speaking up early allows your practice to intervene before behavior becomes more serious or impacts more people. Remember, your employer can't fix a problem they don't know about. Now let's talk about documentation. If you experience harassment, try to write down what happened as soon as you can. This doesn't need to be formal or complicated. Simply note what happened, when it happened, who was involved, who witnessed it, how it made you feel. You can keep these notes private unless your practice requests them during an investigation. Documentation helps protect you and gives clarity if the issue continues. Now let's take a moment to talk about something critical: retaliation. Retaliation is when someone treats you unfairly because you reported harassment, participated in an investigation, or helped someone else speak up. Retaliation is illegal, and your practice must protect you from it. Examples of retaliation in a dental office include being given fewer hours after you report a concern, being moved to a less favorable operatory, being excluded from meetings or communication, being disciplined without cause, being treated differently or punished socially by coworkers. If any of these happen after you report misconduct, you should notify leadership immediately. Now let's walk through what you can expect after making a report. Your practice should take your complaint seriously, respond promptly, conduct an appropriate investigation, maintain confidentiality whenever possible, take corrective action if the complaint is substantiated. It's important to understand that your employer may not be able to keep your identity completely confidential if they need to interview witnesses or address behavior directly, but they are required to handle the process professionally and respectfully. If the harassment is physically threatening, involves physical contact, or makes you feel unsafe, you should skip directly to reporting the incident. Severe behavior, such as groping, threats, or explicit propositions, warrants immediate attention. So here's the key takeaway from this module. Speak up if you can. Report the behavior if you feel unsafe or uncomfortable addressing it directly. Document what happened. And remember, you are protected from retaliation by law. Your practice has a responsibility to take your report seriously, investigate it appropriately, and create a work environment that is safe and respectful for everyone.
Thanks for watching. Strengthen your dental team skills even further by heading to the next video. See you there.